Today we will discuss about Gauss-Newton's method. So this method is used to solve nonlinear least square problem. Okay, so we'll see what is the objective function or what is the statement of the problem and how to solve using Gauss-Newton method and what is the formulation for that. So we'll see everything in detail. Okay, the video may be a little long, but you will enjoy it. If you see the full video, then you will get the idea what we are going to do. So the problem statement is that minimize. So I can write the function, that function is f. Minimize f, this equal to summation ri x this whole square, and this I runs from 1 to m. So this is the form. Here Ri, R1, R2, R3, these are the functions. So what we are doing here I varies from 1 to m, and x is a vector having n components. So x1, x2, xn. Transpose you will write because this is a column vector. Now, how to solve this problem we'll see. So Gauss-Newton method is nothing but the extension or little modification of Newton's method, what we know to find the minimum of multivariable unconstant optimization problem. So what is the formula for Newton's method? For Newton's method, the best point what we are getting will be x k plus 1. Here I am writing xk plus 1. This is, and xk plus 1 is equal to this xk minus h. H is what? Second partial derivative matrix, or what we call Hessian matrix. So h at xk, okay, this inverse into gradient of f at xk. So here we may confuse with this notation, so I can write it properly. So if we take this notation, so we will get this x k plus 1, okay, this is x k, okay, minus h of this x k. So its inverse into gradient f of x k. So this one. So we need what? We need Hessian matrix, we need gradient of f. If we know this thing and if we put here, we can find the xk plus 1 vector. That means in our problem always the initial vector, that is xk, will be given and we have to find xk plus 1. That means initially it is given x0. So x0 will be given, that will be x1 of 0, x2 of 0, this like that, xn 0. So this vector will be given. Using that, this vector will find x1, then using this we will find x2, like that we have to find. And where we have to stop? When the optimum criteria is achieved. So the optimum criteria is same for this Gauss-Newton method, what we discussed in Newton's method. Both the methods, the optimum criteria is same. So you can see that video, you can see that lecture and see what will be the optimum criteria. Now how to proceed, let's see. So for Gauss-Newton method, we have to investigate Hessian matrix and gradient of f. So here I can write this r of x. So r of x is nothing but r1 of x r2 of x, rm of x. Okay, so this vector. Now x is what? X is x1, x2, xn. Clear? Now using that, what we can find? We can find the gradient of f. Okay, so gradient of f of x will be what? Derivative with respect to x1, derivative with respect to x2, like that. So del f by del x1, del f by del x2, del f by del xn. So this one, and this one is what? Del f by del x1. F is what? This one, squaring of this. So we can write 2 into what? r1x, then dr1 by dx1 plus 2 into r2x, dr2 by dx1 plus and so on, and the last term will be 2 into rm x drm by dx1. Similarly, the second entry will be what? 2 into r1x dr1 by dr1 by dx2 plus 2 r2x dr2 by dx2 plus and so on, and the last term will be 2 into rmx drm by dx2. Okay, so similarly if we proceed, the last entry will be what? 2 into r1x dr1 by dxn plus 2 into r2x dr2 by dxn plus so on, and the last term will be 2rmx drm by dxn. So this way we can find this. Now if we write, so this will be in compact form, what? So 2 into summation of rix drix by dxj. Now I varies from 1 to m. Okay, then so this I can write in compact form, where j varies from 1 to up to n. So it will be what? n component vector. Now next we will see what is the Jacobian of this. Okay, the Jacobian matrix is what? The first partial derivative matrix. So this one is Jx. Okay, so Jx is what? dr1 by dx1 dr2 by dx1 and so on, drm by dx1, then dr1 by dx2 dr2 by dx2 and so on, drm by dx2. Similarly, if we proceed, so dr1 by dxn dr2 by dxn, then the last one will be drm by dxn. Okay, now we will see why it is necessary j of x. Okay, here we can see that gradient of f is what? The first entry is 2r1x dr1 by dx1, 2r2x dr2 by dx, like that. So if I take the product of this, if I take the product of J, okay, that means if I take the transpose of J, so the column will be rows and rows will be column. So this will multiply with R1, R2, R3 like that. So if I multiply J transpose, now the next thing is that to find the Hessian matrix. If we know the Hessian matrix, then we can find the inverse and we will get the formula. So to get the Hessian matrix, what we will do, we will take one simple example, we will understand with that simple example, and then we will generalize that concept and formulate. So take the function is R1 x plus R1 x whole square plus R2 x whole square plus R3 x whole square, means R1, R2, R3, and here x is x1, x2. So this vector. So two independent variables. Now what to do? We know for Hessian matrix, if we know Hessian matrix, then it will be very easy. H. How to find H? H will be the second order partial derivative matrix. So del 2 f by del x1 square, then del 2 f by del x1 del x2, okay, then del 2 f by del x2 del x1 del 2 f by del x2 2. So this is our Hessian matrix. Now if we know to calculate these values, then we have done. Now we'll find del 2 f by del x1 2. So this one will be del by del x1 of del f by del x1. So del f by del x1, we know this one. So this will be del by del x1, okay. So here inside bracket, what will happen? 2 r1 dr1 by dx1 plus 2 r2 dr2 by dx1 plus 2 r3 dr3 by dx1. So this one. And now finally what will happen? 2 will take common. If we will take 2 common, so what will happen? It will be r1 d2 r1 by dx1 2, okay, plus r2 d2 r2 by dx1 2 plus d3 r3 dx1 2, okay, or we can write it as dou also, it's fine, no problem, okay, because we are taking partial derivatives. So this will be 2 into summation of ri, okay, so I am writing dou, so that is dou to ri by dou x1 square, okay, like that. So I from 1 to 3, because there are 3 functions. So in this way we can find. Now what will be the different terms? Means del 2 f by del x1 del x2. So del 2 f by del x1 del x2 will be del by del x1, and inside it will be del f by del x2. So del f by del x2 will be this one. So we will write this one. So del by del x1 whole into what? 2 r1 dr1 by dx2 plus 2 r2 dr2 by dx2 plus 2 r3 dr3 by dx3, this one. So if we write and solve. If you solve and write, then in compact form it will be 2 into summation of this I from 1 to 3. Okay, now it will be Ri, and this one will be del 2 Ri by what? Del x1 del x2. Okay, so this will be the form. Now if we have what? M R values and N X values, like in this case, general case, how to write, how to convert. Okay, so we can write it as del 2f in general. What will happen? Del 2f by del xk del xj, okay, will be, and what is k and j? J and k both are varying from 1 to n. R is and I varying from 1 to m. Then what will happen? It will be 2 into summation of this I from 1 to m, and this one is Ri del 2 Ri by del xk del xj. So we'll use this, and if we replace this here, all the entries, then you will get what? H value. So we can write this del 2f by del xj2 as 2 into summation of I from 1 to m Ri, okay, del 2 Ri by del xj2. Okay, if I take these terms, then what we can see? We can see this is a 2 into this J transpose J. Okay, here nabla f of x is 2 into this. Okay, so now after that what we will do, and another if we will take del 2f by del xk del xj as s, we are taking as s. So what will happen? Now the h will be all these entries and this kj entries. So it will be 2 into what? J transpose J plus S. So we can write it as this. We can write 2s. Okay. Now then the final formula will be what? Xk plus 1 equal to xk minus H inverse, okay, H inverse into this one, gradient of f. So this will be xk minus 2 into J transpose J plus S, okay, whole inverse at xk, okay, whole into what? This into J transpose, okay, into R. Now again that 2 is there, so it will come out. So it will be 2 into 2, or finally what will happen? Xk plus 1, okay, will be xk minus 4 J transpose J plus S, okay, inverse at xk, okay, into J transpose xk into R of xk. So this is our final formula. Okay, so it looks complicated, but when we solve one by one we can get all the factors, and if we put all the factors we will get this formulation, and simultaneously we will get the answer. So in this way we will calculate the or we will investigate the problem. Okay, now if we take one example problem, okay, so for one example you can solve, that is minimize f equal to x1 square plus x2 minus 11 whole square plus x1 plus x2 square minus 7 whole square. So here what to do? So x1 square plus x2 minus 11, this one will be r1, then x1 plus x2 square minus 7 will be r2. So there were 2r, and what are the independent variable? x1 and x2. So here m and n you take both as 2, and if you proceed how I have discussed, then you will get the solution. For this you can take the initial point that x0, that is 1 1 transpose. So if you take this one, then you will finally end up with the solution, and the solution, exact solution is 3 2 transpose. So you will end up with nearby this 3 2 point.